able to stay home, brother.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome to the Kings of Sport podcast, the program changing the game one show at a time, aka the world's most dangerous sports show, aka iTunes' longest running weekly episodic program, produced and hosted by two or more African Americans that are not affiliated with a major network. This is episode number 329, Give Us Free, where we will break down the latest NFL free agency news. We'll talk about some NBA news and notes with the Lakers and what they've got going on. We'll talk about a failed promotion by the Atlanta Hawks, and we'll talk about the WNBA, because this is a WNBA-friendly podcast, and their continued labor negotiations. But before we get into that, I just want to say good evening to the world, good evening to America, but most importantly, good evening to the A, Atlanta, the place of my birth. I know it's been a rough few months in Atlanta, but if there's one thing I know, is that Atlanta is resilient, Atlanta is strong. No matter what's been thrown at it over the years, Atlanta has still remained. So don't let Kevin Stefanski ruin your day, fellow ATLians. Don't let this Magic City promotion that was canceled ruin your day, my fellow ATLians. And don't let this man, Tua Tagovailoa, who is apparently our new backup quarterback, ruin your day, my fellow ATLians, because we will keep on keeping on. And with that, let's get into the show. I, of course, am the Godfather, Nate Milton. Over 10 years in the game. Ain't a damn thing changed. I am still your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster, a.k.a. Mr. Stereo Auntie in the building. And I am joined by the Kings. First up, we got my longtime co-host, my brother, my friend. Some people call him the angry intellectual. Some people call him Moderna Chris. Some people refer to him as the mastermind that engineered the trade to bring Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers. And he is the mayor pro tem of Los Angeles, California. Y'all give it up for my brother, my co-host, and my friend, the professor, Chris from LA. Can we rock? What's up, Doc?
Hey, what's up, man? Had to refresh the page real quick to make sure everything is on the up and up. Yeah, Atlanta, that's my second city after Los Angeles, looking forward to talking about that.
Yeah, we got some stuff to get into, Chris. I'm excited for the Kings of Sport this evening. But of course, we have more people on the panel. First of all, this brother is one half of the team at Ring Theory, which you can watch each and every month here at the Nefarious Media Network. He is the leader of the Mid-Card Mafia, the leader of the Prelim Posse. He is upper mid-card, Jay Lacey. Jay, what's good, brother?
Oh man, what's going on? The sun is shining. I lost an hour on my weekend, man. But other than that, I'm feeling good. I can't wait to get into what we're getting into this evening.
Man, don't even talk about that daylight savings time, man. Why is it 2026 and we still are adhering to something that the farmers came up with back in the 1800s, man?
All I know is my day is longer. I get a lot more sunshine, so I'm in a very good mood.
Okay.
Yeah. Same here, man.
Speaking of somebody that's walking on sunshine, Chris, this brother, and I don't want to tell tales out of school, man. I don't want to tell family business to the public, but what is done in the dark sometimes comes out to the light. And you mentioned all this sunshine, Jay Lacey. This man is feeling good. He had a different pep in his step, I noticed before the show this evening. Y'all give it up for one of the greatest producers in the game. Some people call him the Caitlin Clark of production. That's why we call him Caitlin Dark. He is a man that is very knowledgeable about the world of sports, particularly when it comes to combat sports and MMA. But maybe more so than anything, Jay Lacey, this brother got a little extra pep in his step because he is our backsliding vegan, Ray Williams. Ray Williams, come on out here, brother. Welcome our super producer, Ray. First things first. To quote LeBron James, first of all, happy International Women's Day. Second of all, how is the new Big Archie McDonald's, brother? I knew the temptation was too great, brother. Did they get you?
They did not get me. I haven't been doing the beef as much. So I've been laying off the beef, but the chicken selects. The
yard bird got him. That yard bird.
That's always gonna get the black man.
He's just walking right into these allegations.
At least you waited until February was over to slip up, Ray.
Unlike your man's from the Elimination Chamber, he just slipped up right on the last day.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Javon Williams and them boys.
Right. Shout out.
But we do have a lot to get into, man. Ray, this is a big day for those that follow the National Football League, man. The first official day of NFL free agency. Already some big names have new locations. As I mentioned off the top, we're going to get into the NBA and the W a little bit later. And of course, we're going to talk about this Magic City promotion because it's been a rough day, Ray. If you are an Atlanta sports fan, it's one of the worst days in Atlanta sports history. Let's start with the NFL, where we got some big names in new places. Maxx Crosby, no longer a Las Vegas Raider, now a member of the Baltimore Ravens. We've got Walker, Super Bowl MVP, is now playing alongside another Super Bowl MVP in Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce has decided not to retire. He's coming back for at least one more run. And then the Miami Dolphins got a new quarterback, Malik Willis, in the building, signing a decent contract. And the reason Malik Willis is the new starting quarterback in Miami, Ray Williams, is because the Atlanta Falcons have a new member in the quarterback room, and it's good old scrambled eggs, Tua Tagovailoa.
Scrambled.
Old Eggs Benedict himself. So, any of those names you want to talk about, Ray, or any other moves that we didn't mention that kind of stood out to you this first big day of NFL free agency?
Well, I think we can start with the Super Bowl champions losing their star running back but re-signing their star wide receiver and punt and kick returner, Rashid Waleed. Yeah. So re-signing him to a new 3-year, $51 million contract, while also letting Kenneth Walker III go, and Kenneth Walker III being signed by the Chiefs, as you mentioned, 3 years, $45 million. So
Okay.
a lot of money going around, but yeah, I think that's going to be a big blow for the Seahawks. I think that running game pretty much was the main thing that was protecting Sam Darnold. And so we'll see if they'll be able to get something to shore that up and kind of make up for the production that they're going to be giving up by allowing him to walk away to former Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, I think from the Seahawks perspective, Ray, they probably looking at it like, yes, Kenneth Walker was a big help to us all season long, particularly in the playoffs and then especially in the Super Bowl. But he was part of a running back tandem with Charbonnet, and I think they feel Charbonnet has bigger upside. So I get why they may have decided not to sign him to a big deal. But I like this for the Chiefs, Jay. I like this a lot, particularly if the Chiefs are going to cut ties with Isaiah Pacheco. We don't know about that yet. But you can't go into another season where Kareem Hunt is like your number one running back. And I think Kenneth Walker, he's 25. Like he's just coming off of a Super Bowl championship where he got the MVP. Like I think he adds a lot in terms of if you're projecting maybe mid-season when Patrick Mahomes comes back and beyond, it can't just all be Patty. It can't just all be 15. Like you got to have a good running game to kind of open things up on the ground, and then that way you give Pat time to hit those receivers. And so, yeah, from a perspective of the Chiefs, like they lost some defensive players, like O.J. McDuffie out the building. Trent McDuffie is gone. They lost a couple other defensive players, but I like this move in that it's the big glaring hole for the Chiefs the last couple seasons. They haven't had a consistent running game since Pacheco got hurt, and I like Kenneth Walker on this team, Jay.
I agree. I think it's a definite upgrade to their running game. I mean, they've got some decent receivers. I mean, they've got Xavier Worthy. Shout out to Fresno. Fresno's in the building. Rashid Rice is on there. I mean, they also got, Travis Kelce, who's, I mean, again, he's a little long in the tooth, but he's still serviceable, So, I mean, I think that the run game is definitely going to help out, especially with Patrick Mahomes not being as mobile as he's been in the past, but still an elite quarterback. So big up to them. And I think that they're going to be a problem for their division when the season starts.
Yeah, you mentioned those receivers, like the rumor out there, the word on the street, the scuttlebutt, if you will, is that they may be reuniting with Tyreek Hill. And so, like, Cheetah's not what he used to be, but I think if Tyreek Hill is your third receiver, that's a pretty good receiving room.
Yeah.
Until
well, there's always an until with Tyreek Hill.
It's great on paper, but this man's behavior is like, hey, if I ain't getting my touches, I'm gonna start problems, and that's just who he is. And
well, here's the thing: I'm gonna tell you, Jay, the leopard and a cheetah don't change their spots, but I think one of the low-key big moves for the Chiefs in the offseason so far was bringing Eric Bieniemy back. And you can say what you want to say with Bieniemy as an X's and O's coach. Obviously, his time with the Commanders with Ray's team didn't go great. His time in UCLA didn't go great. Well, he was the OC at UCLA. But I feel like in that offense with the Chiefs and with Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy serves a purpose that gets overlooked a lot, where Andy Reid is the consummate players coach, Jay. Everybody love Andy Reid. Everybody love Big Red, man. But if you got a players coach like that, you also need a foot in the ass coach, a coach that's going to hold the team accountable. And I think even more so than anything from a scheme perspective, that's what Eric Bieniemy brought to those Chiefs when they was winning. It's like, yeah, I'm even holding Pat accountable for what Pat do. So if I'm holding Pat accountable, all the rest of y'all got to fall in line too. So, like, I think this is still going to be a rebuilding year, a reloading year for the Chiefs, but I do like some of the moves they've made so far.
I agree. I can't say anything other than, hey, life got a whole lot easier for Patrick Mahomes with the departure of Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, I agree.
He can breathe a whole heck of a lot easier because I mean, worrying about where number 98 gonna be, because he's gonna be breathing down your neck all 4 quarters. He ain't got that problem no more. You know what I'm saying? Now he's with the Ravens, and I'm sure you got some words about that. But me personally, as a Steeler fan, that was the worst move that could happen. Because now we got to worry about him 2 times during the season. And it's like, my gosh. And he's already going to a loaded defensive team with the Ravens, which, you know, they're loaded. And speaking of reloading, they re-upped and got that beast. So it's like, yeah. Good for him.
It's going to be rough for your Steelers, man.
Get out of Las Vegas, because, I mean, something is definitely wrong with the culture in there. They're talking about commitment to excellence, and it's more like commitment to excrement, because the last 3 decades, their product has been basura.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady's gonna figure it out, Jay. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. They say.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. And listen, my wife's a Raider fan, so I watch a lot of Raider games. And her only flaw is she's a Raider fan. You know, super optimistic, you know, they're hopeful. Oh, this year's gonna be our year. No, it's not.
No,
it's really not. It's really not.
They got the number 1 pick in the draft, which everybody assumes they're gonna keep that pick and draft Fernando Mendoza, their quarterback of the future. They signed an offensive lineman from the Ravens today to give Fernando some protection. But that whole team is a team that's kind of in flux. Like I'll believe it when I see it with these Ravens.
Yeah. When you live in Los Angeles and you're not a Raiders fan, you have to hear every day from Raiders fans how this is going to be the year. I stopped giving a fuck about the Raiders when Marcus Allen left, you know. So that was my end to my Raiders stint. But you know, they got their fan base. As for like the Seahawks, I didn't expect that team to stay together anyway. That was before the Super Bowl. I didn't see Walker long for that Seattle Seahawks run. I just didn't see it. And then once the trade, like I started thinking, well, maybe they'll be able to keep him once they won the Super Bowl, you know. But you know, like there were reasons for him to stay. Like the number 1 reason is being you just won the Super Bowl, but
let's run it back.
Yeah. But also you're going to another potential contender, if not next year, then the year after. And I think that was a very, very good move on the part of the Chiefs. The Seahawks, I don't see how you lose a piece like that and stay good. I just don't see how that happens. But yeah, I like the trade for the Chiefs. If you're a Chiefs fan, I think that's something that you should be celebrating.
So let's stay in the NFC West for a minute, Chris. You talked about the Seahawks, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. The 49ers got a piece today. Now, here's the thing. For those that don't know, my shoot job, I work at a auto shop. And you see all types of cars come through the doors, Jay Lacey. You see some hoopties. You see some high-end, upper-class type cars. You see the family vans, things of that nature. But occasionally what we'll see come into the shop, Ray, is a real nice car, right? But it's a little old. Got some miles on it. You ever seen an Aston Martin with 200,000 miles on it, Ray? It's a nice car, but it's got 200,000 miles on it. And I kind of feel like the 49ers today signed an Aston Martin with, if not 200,000 miles, at least 150,000 miles, because they got Tampa Bay's all-time leading receiver in the building. Mike Evans is now a 49er, so he's going to be out there with Brock Purdy and them. I think it's a good move in terms of it gives you some stability and leadership in that wide receiver room, but I don't think it's like a championship move.
Right, yeah.
I got some thoughts on this one.
Okay, talk to him, Jay.
So my thought is, number one, you're talking about having an Aston Martin come into your job or whatever, right? And he very may well be. I mean, he's a good receiver when he's healthy. When he's healthy. He went to the 49ers, and I'm sure you guys heard this theory about the EMF by their practice facility. They got like some kind of electrical circuit that's going around and so basically what the EMF theory is like it's supposed to weaken your molecular muscles or whatever, right?
Right.
So that's why they're saying that San Francisco has as many people on the IR as they do, is because they've got that whole thing, right? So you're gonna get this man who needs to be wrapped in bubble wrap,
right?
For 3 years to your facility, to your wide receiver room. Okay, that makes plenty of sense to me. I mean, this.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on.
Mike Evans, though. That's the
I'm
thing.
gonna let you cook, though, Jay. Maybe, brother, this is a reverse engineering type situation, because if you got somebody that's always hurt, maybe the rays that make you hurt actually make him stronger, brother.
Oh, so you're saying 2 negatives make it positive? Okay,
exactly.
I just don't believe it. I'm just not buying that. I mean, if you're a 49er fan, you're probably happy, like, oh, we're gonna be optimistic. This man's gonna give us a good maybe 7 games.
Right.
That should help. And that's being on the bright side. But I mean, when he is healthy, he is an elite receiver, and I think that's gonna help Brock Purdy and the rest of the boys out there. So. Good on him for and good on his management team too for hustling the 49ers out that check.
Yeah. Like as you said, Jay, when he's healthy, he has been productive his whole career. 11 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons up until last year when he got hurt again. Spoiler alert. So I think he's a nice piece to have, but he's that Aston Martin that's always in the shop every 6 months.
Got flood damage.
Got flood damage. Like there's a leak in the valve cover gasket. Like why is there always oil behind this Aston Martin, Ray? Somebody fix this vehicle. Ray Williams. We touched on it a couple times here at the beginning already. Let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, man. The Miami Dolphins got a new quarterback in Malik Willis. I think that's an interesting move for the Dolphins and for Malik. I'm kind of intrigued to see how that turns out. But the other half of that coin is the Falcons have a new backup quarterback, ? May he be the starting quarterback? I hope not. But Tua Tagovailoa is in the building for the Falcons. And the only thing I will say nice about Tua, I'll say 2 things nice about Tua when it comes to him being on the Falcons now, Jay. Number 1, he's a left-handed quarterback. So if Michael Penix does get hurt, you ain't gotta do too much for the protection scheme. Like we was already blocking for a left-handed quarterback. Now we got another left-handed quarterback. And the other thing I will say, much like Mike Williams, when Tua had time and he was healthy and he wasn't getting beat up, he was decent.
Yeah.
So as far as backups go, I guess he's decent.
Yeah, I think.
And we only got to pay him $1 million because Miami got to eat the whole rest of that contract, Ray.
Yeah. I think he's pretty decent. And well, I want to make a correction first off. Rashid Shaheed, not Rashid Waleed.
Okay,
Rashid
I was like,
Shaheed.
did the brother convert or something?
All right. Rashid Shaheed, who was re-signed by Seattle. But hey, brother Nate, it could be worse. Kirk O'Baines could have been returning, so that's positive with that one. There you go. But I think Tua is serviceable. Of course, we all know high risk, high reward with him. When he does have a decent line that he can help out the team, but we know his injury history as far as with the concussions. We know the people coming after him because of his size and whether or not he's durable or not. So I think all these questions are still there, but I think they're not as loud. They're not being asked as loudly when he's in a backup role. So I think this is his time to kind of prove within this position that he can return to a starting position by backing up Penix and, if need be, stepping up and making things happen for the Falcons. And we've always talked about the supporting cast that he's going to have at offense. On that offense. Of course, brother Nate, your boy who you snatched up from under my nose, Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts. He has He has a strong
Drake.
offense. Yeah,
Drake. Got Drake London in the building.
Drake London, and so I think he has a great supporting offense that can help out. But again, we'll see how Michael Penix responds to being the clear number one, and if he can stay healthy throughout the season. Because who knows, it may be Tua just on the bench with the clipboard for all season if Penix can stay healthy and can finally lead your Falcons to flying high this coming season.
I'm not mad at it. Like you said, it could be worse, Ray. Could still be Kirk Cousins backing up, and like don't nobody need to see that.
Nobody.
But I think the big thing is if Penix is healthy, because I think like if Penix is healthy, then Tua is just on the bench. The question for me is, let's say if Penix is not healthy to start the season, and we got to start Tua, then it could be it's going to be a long season anyway. It's the Atlanta Falcons, people.
Yeah.
But if Tua is the starter, Tua, you know what? Now that I'm talking it out, Ray, Tua got the potential to be the most Falcon-y quarterback the Falcons have ever seen. Because I got a feeling like Tua's gonna have one game against a good team that you don't expect them to beat. He gonna like Penix did last year against the Bills. Like Tua gonna have one of them Tua games, like from 2 or 3 years ago, where he was just dealing. And it's like, okay, Tua, we see you. And then he's gonna lay an egg against the Cleveland Browns. And it's like this is why people don't like you, Tua. That and your brain is a Western omelet, but we ain't gonna get into that.
And we'll see how Tuanon can travel. We'll see if they can make the flight from Miami to Atlanta. That shouldn't be a long flight for Tuanon.
Why are the Falcons bringing like Matt Ryan? What is you doing, man? Why are you bringing in all these people that are controversial at best and unpopular at worst with Kevin Stefanski, Tua? Like, what is you doing, Matt? Is this just the plan for Matt Ryan to have the Falcons quarterback room so bad that people are like, you know what? Phillip Rivers came back last year. What if Matt Ryan came back to help us? You ain't slick, Matt. You ain't slick. Matty Ice. But what do you think about the Dolphin side of it, Ray? Do you think Malik Willis can do some good down there in Miami?
I think so. I think he didn't get a fair shake as far as he was with Tennessee before, right?
Yeah, he started with the Titans and then went to the Packers.
Especially considering that he was the number one overall pick, right?
He was their first pick, but he was the number one overall pick. Okay. Yeah, he was their first round pick.
So I think that, again, you just have to put some strong pieces around them, but we all know with Stephen Ross, who knows what's going on in the man's head, if he's willing to support the team or if he's just like, we want to be good, but not too good. We still making money out of it. So, especially out there with all the stuff from Brian Flores and that stuff coming out. So who knows what's going on in Stephen Ross' mind as far as, well, should we keep trying to build up the team or should we just go ahead, break it down, just call it a losing season and just take our way to the best position that we could get. So,
a lot of people, the Dolphins famously had that campaign the year before Tua's draft, Jay, where they was tanking for Tua.
Yep.
I think, and hopefully Malik Willis can defy expectations, but they might try, the new campaign for this year, we going to be ass for Arch. We going to be ass for Arch.
Don't stop, get it. Y'all better go for him. Archie for Archie.
But real quick, Jay, while we on the subject of these Dolphins out here, man, and Malik Willis, I think it's a decent move, man. I think it'll be exciting. The one knock against Malik, besides his early struggles in Tennessee, is that he just hadn't had a lot of playing time. But I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see. him get this opportunity. But also, I do have an ulterior motive, Bray. I got to be honest. The more these quarterbacks get signed to these places, Tua in Atlanta, Malik in Miami, we got to wait and see what happens with Kyler Murray. We're going to see what happens with Daniel Jones. But the more these quarterbacks get signed up, the safer my boy is. The safer Shador is, cuz.
Well, who knows? Maybe the nasty man might have a resurgence. So I wouldn't.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
No one, except for him. I don't even think he wanted it at this point. I think he made enough money. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I think your boy, the Pro Bowler, Shador Sanders, might be sick.
Any guesses on Kyler Murray? Like the hot rumor is, or where people are leaning is Minnesota. Do you think that's a good landing spot for Kyler Murray? I know, Jay, some people in your neck of the woods with your Steelers have been throwing Kyler Murray's name around. To me, if you get Kyler Murray, then that's it for Aaron Rodgers.
It wouldn't be the worst idea, honestly. I mean, you got somebody who's, Kyler Murray, he's a project, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is one injury away from retirement, and do you want to put all your chips on the table against Father Time, or do you want to get somebody who's, you can gamble and then, I don't know, maybe develop somebody, but anybody is better than Mason Rudolph. That's all I got to say about backup quarterbacks. So,
be careful what you wish for. Aaron Rodgers might have a new backup this year. Kirk Cousins in the building.
Better than Mason Rudolph.
Both of them just soaking their ankles in Epsom salt after the game. Like, you didn't even play, Kirk. I know. It still hurts.
Tables on too tight.
Chris. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of ankles, like, and I know we kind of glossed over it with Kansas City getting Kenneth Walker III, but it's like, I don't know, man. Patrick Mahomes, even though we are kind of thinking about him returning this season, there's no guarantee that he's going to be returning with any, like, I won't say not valuable, but with any productive time in order to force his team into the playoffs. So it's like, and I did want to mention this while you guys were on the topic, but yeah, I don't know if I think, like you mentioned, Chris, you mentioned even if he's not good this year, then I think he's going to be ready to go next year, and I think Kenneth Walker will be ready to help him out in that particular aspect.
I'm not going to lie, Ray. I thought when Tua was let go by the Dolphins, there was a part of me that was like, if I'm Kansas City, maybe I take a flyer on Tua.
Right. But while we on this subject, do they take a flyer on Kyler Murray?
No, I think those are two different situations. I think Kyler, if you sign Kyler Murray, to Jay's point, you signed Kyler Murray with the intent, because what is he, like 27, 28 maybe? Like, you signed Kyler with the intention of, this is probably going to be, if as long as he doesn't just bomb the first year, this is like a 3-year project with Kyler Murray. Whereas Tua is what Tua is, particularly if you're the Chiefs. Like, he's going to be our emergency quarterback, our backup quarterback. He'll start, the first 8, 9, 10 games of the season if Pat can't go. But once Pat comes back, it's Pat's team. And I don't think that's a position you put Kyler in, because to me, that's a 1-year rental. Kyler's going to want to go somewhere where, if he's not the outright starter, he at least has a chance to compete for the job. And he ain't competing in Kansas City, right?
Yeah, that's true. He ain't got no shot.
No, he got no shot. Like, I think the Kansas City Chiefs, if I were them, I might be looking at somebody like, and you would have to give up picks. Like, you wouldn't just be able to sign him. It'd have to be a trade. Like, maybe somebody like a Mac Jones, who did pretty decent when Brock Purdy was hurt last year for the 49ers.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray is 28.
Okay, yeah. So, like, to me, if I'm Kyler Murray, if I'm the Chiefs, I probably don't want Kyler Murray. And if I'm Kyler Murray, I'm like, nah, man, this is set up, cuz. Even if I do great, I'm still going to get put on the bench. I don't need that.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. You're right about that.
Now, if the Chiefs wanted to go crazy, though, what they could do, Ray?
Crazy.
Okay? They want to go to EO Sky on them.
Mhm.
You trade, you sign Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Kyler, we want you to be in a place where you can be the outright starter, and that ain't gonna be here. But we also want some value back, somebody that can, be the future of this franchise whenever Patrick leaves. So we gonna trade you to Cleveland. That man should do it, cuz.
Oh my! It all comes back.
The dynasty continues.
Oh my God! It always comes back to Shador.
Always, it's perfect timing, Ray. It always comes back to Shador, man. God bless you, Ray.
Here's the crazy thought. What if you really wanted to, have like a good backup in KC? What if you went after a Geno Smith?
Okay.
Yep.
I can see.
I mean, he's already familiar with the West. So I mean, hey, look, that might be somebody, and plus it'd be a rebuilding project for him.
Yeah.
To get that next contract.
Yeah, because Geno famously said they wrote, but I didn't write back. Last year they stopped writing. They called Geno. They was like, hey, cuz, hey, it's gonna be a rough year, brother. Because Geno was struggling. But I think part of that was Pete Carroll. I love Pete Carroll, but I think maybe the game that passed him by to a certain extent. Also, that Raiders team was just basuda, as Jay said. So maybe being in an environment like the Chiefs, like Geno is somebody like, we've seen the Chiefs do more with less in their backup quarterback positions. So I think Geno might be, and he's not going to be expensive either. I think Geno might be a good signing for them to get him over the hump till Mahomes can return.
Yeah, I think that would be a good pick. Like you said, you got some veteran leadership there. Aside from last year, he was kind of on the upswing with his career. So, and like you mentioned with Kyler, with Geno, he's not going to be expecting to be like the starting quarterback, or like you're not going to be expecting to put more time into him than what is necessary. So I think that would be a good pick for them.
Another quarterback signing, and this, to me, Ray, this falls under the category of he can't keep getting away with this. Kenny Pickett is now a Carolina Panther. Like, why? How does Jay, that was your boy in Pittsburgh. How does somebody so mediocre keep failing upwards? Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett is now a Carolina Panther.
You said it, failing upward. I mean, he's probably got a book in process about failing upward. That would be the best thing. I mean, he's the poster boy of failing upward. Like, dang, how does he do it? I don't know. But good on him. Good on his agent, man. I mean, robbing these people.
Yeah, man. Let's not forget, like, Mike Glennon got like a $14-15 million contract just for standing on the sideline with the clipboard. So these guys are as friend of the show Bomani Jones would call them at the bank Hall of Famers. They they Hall of Famers at the bank. They just bringing in the bread. We don't know why they getting this money. And
Ski Mask All-Stars.
Right, exactly. It's just, and I feel, you know what? I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I kind of feel sorry for him because it's like this brother just got in the league. Like what, 3 years ago? He been to a different team like almost every single year he been in the league.
Yeah,
he's on the tour.
NFL journey, man.
Yes, like it's funny because you look at Kenny Pickett, man, and it's also a larger conversation about the state of backup quarterbacks, where there's probably like 5 to 7 backup quarterbacks where you like, I don't like, if my starter get hurt, I'm cool because I got a good backup and I ain't worried. The rest of them is just variations of mid, and Kenny Pickett is one of those variations of mid where he tried with Pittsburgh. I thought that maybe they started him a little too early, but they was desperate. Then he goes and becomes a backup in Philly, gets a Super Bowl championship ring just for riding the bench.
Good for him.
Right.
Now he's had a cup of coffee in Cleveland, but then Cleveland was like, "Nah, man, we got too many quarterbacks. We got 5 quarterbacks in training camp. That's too many quarterbacks. You need to leave, Kenny Pickett." And now he is a Carolina Panther backing up the nephew, Bryce Young. taking over for Andy Dalton, which is why like Andy Dalton was still in the league as of 2025.
Right.
What the hell is going on? We in the wrong profession, fellas.
Big red.
We all should have been backup quarterbacks. I think Kenny Pickett is the Mitch Trubisky of backup quarterbacks.
Dang.
So speaking of Mitch Trubisky, who is now backing up Cam Ward, it's like, whoa, Cam Ward, this really is your team now. You ain't got no backup. No. It's not right, you. Yeah. It's Maserati Mitch. But yeah, I think Kenny Pickett is kind of emblematic of quarterbacks that get rushed too soon into starts, and then they kind of have to go find themselves. Like we said, what we saw with Sam Darnold. Like he had to go on his journey to figure out what he really is. Is he really a good quarterback or is he not? And Daniel Jones went on the same journey. We saw Daniel Jones look good for most of last year until he got hurt. Yeah. So it's the most important position in sports, and nobody knows how to properly evaluate it, which is why you see Dylan Gabriel, who is my height. Dylan Gabriel is my height, and he was drafted in the 3rd round, and Shador got drafted in the 5th round.
Yeah. Well, I think with like Kenny Pickett, like when you're a certain size, especially like in the NFL, you're always going to get those chances. It almost kind of reminds me of like Lamar Odom in the NBA. Like Kenny Pickett, how tall? He's like, he's over 6 feet tall. He's like 6. Yeah. He's got some size on him, and he's kind of fast, relatively speaking.
He's deceptively fast.
Right.
He's got a high motor.
I mean, yeah. So like for him as a backup, it's
athletic.
Yeah, he'll be okay on the Panthers. He'll ride the bench, collect his money, and I don't think I think they drafted him with the idea that he's not going to be seeing like a minute of playing time. So, I mean,
like he needs to start a backup quarterback school, like the Kenny Pickett School of Backup QBs. Some Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl championship backup quarterback. In this course, we'll teach you how to look good in the baseball cap on the sidelines. Hold a clipboard. The differences between the clipboard and the iPad, and also clapping up your starter.
Let's give you that extra edge just in case you ain't quite 6 feet. Your scouts won't know that. I like using these lifts in my shoes. No.
In this lesson, we'll teach you how to handle the most horrible experience a backup quarterback will ever have. The starter goes down. All right, guys, take a deep breath. I know you didn't want to be here.
That reminds me of that the TV show that used to come on Spike, the Blue Mountain State.
Yeah. They do. He never wanted to play the star of the show. Yeah.
I'm the 3rd string for a reason. I'm not trying to be in the game.
It's like that Saturday Night Live sketch where Martin was like the 12th man on the Knicks, and he was like eating popcorn and drinking sodas on the bench, and then they're like, get in the game. He's like, Coach, I don't play.
Yeah. I like the Blues. Yeah, I like that Blue Mountain State comparison.
That was a time. That was like an era for Spike.
Right, yeah.
TV for dudes.
Yeah.
We're just dudes being bros, being men, boys.
Right. The brofoonery was
was off the charts.
Yes,
right,
There's a million ways to die.
I like that show.
What was the other show they had? The World's Deadliest Warriors. Can a samurai beat a cowboy?
That boy. I was tuned in, but and they would have like the dramatization too. This was like, can an Apache warrior take down a Roman soldier?
Look, I go front rate. I did like that show, but then the one that got me, I had to turn it off forever. It was like, on a very special episode of The World's Deadliest Warrior, two of history's greatest fighters meet in a one-time only dream match. Genghis Khan versus Shaka Zulu. I was like, nope. Nope. I'm done. I ain't doing this with you, Spike TV. If you notice, Shaka's excellent with the ranged weapons, particularly the spear. Let's show you how Shaka threw his spear.
Right,
Nope.
yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Not gonna watch it.
Click.
We not doing this, Spike TV.
Yeah. Like Shaka Zulu used to always be like the movie of the week in my area. Like it would always, like, how they used to do on the weekends with the
Yep.
$1 million movie or whatever.
Special presentation.
Yeah, it would always be Shaka Zulu. That was the one I remember the most.
Yes, Shaka Zulu. They don't even run Shaka Zulu no more. I ain't seen Shaka Zulu
I don't
on
think so.
regular
Yeah.
TV in like a decade, if not more.
Yeah. I know TV1 ran both, like the Roots and then the Roots The Next Generation, like a few years back. But I don't think they run that stuff anymore.
No, that used to be a thing back in TV, like the big epic movies or miniseries.
Yeah.
But real quick, one last thing on the free agency note, because I think everybody is trying to find their edge, because as we saw this past season with the Pats and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, it's more open than it's ever been to get to the big game, with the Chiefs in a state of rebuilding, with the Eagles kind of going through their internal struggles. We don't know if A.J. Brown is going to be on the team the next time we talk to you. So as of right now, like, have there been any moves made that make you believe any team is like, oh yeah, I could buy them as a Super Bowl contender now? Ray, you can talk about your favorite team, the Cowboys, if you like.
Well, first off, Kenny Pickett's 6'3", so that's what you got going.
Well, how much does he weigh? Like 220, 225, something, 230?
6'3", 220.
That's like prototypical, like
right, yeah,
stereotypical quarterback height.
Yeah. So that's why he gets these chances,
Yeah. But I don't know. As far as like who's making the moves, because we kind of see, like, for example, we see the Buffalo Bills trying to make some moves. I believe they got DJ Moore in a trade with Chicago, so they're trying to make some moves. But I don't know, especially with them having a new coach, if they're going to be able to get over the hump. You talked about the Ravens picking up Maxx Crosby, but we're still trying to see if our guy Lamar still has what it takes to kind of lift his team up past that conference championship level. I don't know. I ain't gonna say they got a shot at the Super Bowl, but I see the Raiders are making a lot of big moves.
Ray one of them Raiders believers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give any hope to your neighbors, Brother Jay. But they are making moves. You know what? I guess we can kind of go. I mean, as far as folks or teams that weren't in the discussion before, I don't know if I could think of anybody who's kind of making those moves right now. But as far as folks who've already been in that conversation, like you guys talked about, Kansas City and Seattle, and I just mentioned the Ravens, and so as far as folks that's already been in the discussion for making it, and like I said, the Bills as well, I think I could think of those four. But as far as people who were kind of outside of the picture before but now are making a push, I don't really see anybody of note right now that's making a big push towards that. I think the Rams made some moves as well. I have to look up what they did specifically, but like
Jay
I said,
Steelers picked up a receiver today, I think.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Yeah, that Michael was it Michael Pittman?
Michael Pittman from the Colts.
Pittman,
And the Colts gave a boatload of money to Alec Pierce, who's a decent receiver, but like I think they may have overpaid. But if you're in their position, you kind of have to overpay if you got good players. But yeah, I think the Pittman signing for the Steelers, like I like it, Jay. At least you get DK some help.
Right.
But again, who gonna throw in the ball, cuz?
Right. I mean, shoot, we still got to figure out the running back situation. I mean, Gainwell's not guaranteed to be there, so
yeah. I think he's out the door.
You don't know what's going to happen with that. So I am not looking forward to football season this year. First time in a very long time. I'm just like, you know what? If there was a lockout, I'd be all right. I'd be okay. You know, I'd be simulate.
I mean, look, Jay, could we interest you? You know, not to step on Matt Ryan's toes, but could we interest you into a Tonga Vailoa, brother?
You already trying to get rid of him? How dare you?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you. And you know, it's speaking one last burial of the Raiders. I have to say this because you know what, I don't even think they're gonna do right by their first round pick because I mean they're already talking about trading their first round pick.
Yeah.
What you really trying to do? And even still with the front office with the Raiders too, if they kept the first round pick, they're probably gonna pick somebody like I don't know Cam Boozer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for those that don't know, Cam Boozer plays basketball. He's not a football player at all. So
he's a consensus number one pick.
He'd be a number one pick, just wrong sport. So
is he any relation to Carlos Boozer?
Yeah, Carlos' son.
Yeah. He doesn't have.
He's a Dookie too.
Yeah. You don't have that Beijing yet, so hey. Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, like, and apologies to your wife Jay and the Raiders fans in your area, but I got a feeling Fernando Mendoza, he either gonna hit or miss. It ain't gonna be no in between. Like he is either going to be like the next Tom Brady, or he's gonna be like your man's Ryan Leaf, because there's a weird energy about Fernando Mendoza. Like good college quarterback, but there's something not quite. It's like Luther Vandross's curl. It's something that's not quite right. Like when I look at that brother, when I see him in the eyes, man, it's like he a few fries short of a Happy Meal that Ray had the other night when nobody was looking. Like something's just off. Like why is you crying in all these interviews, Fernando? Like I know, hey fellas, guys, it's all right to have emotions.
I'd be crying too. You know what's going on.
It's all right to have, emotions, fellas, and be in tune with yourself. But like all the interviews during the college football playoffs, it's either he crying or he cutting a wrestling promo or both. I saw one interview after they won. Nobody believed in us. They didn't believe in Indiana. And let me tell you, with my team, did what they came to do. We showed the world. I was like, brother, counseling therapy helps, brother. Better help. Use the promo code Nefarious. Any final thoughts, Chris?
Nah. You said it best.
All right, so that is our thoughts on NFL free agency so far. This is only day one. One, and it's already crazy on these streets. And shout out to Isaiah Likely. I think a sneaky good pickup is Isaiah Likely from the Raiders going to the Giants. Like I think if Jackson Dart is going to be anything like we've seen in the NFL, a good tight end can kind of help develop a quarterback. So I like that pick from John Harbaugh and them boys. But
reunited,
yes, reunited. Let's go from two players, a player and a coach reunited, feeling good, to something that doesn't feel good. And that's the morale around Chris's Los Angeles Lakers. I said it, Chris.
Yeah.
This past week, like all season long, everybody been talking about, maybe LeBron just don't fit in with these guys. Maybe LeBron just too old. I don't know what happened, Jay, but for whatever reason, the last 2 weeks, all of the eyes and the scrutiny that was going towards LeBron is on your man's Luka, and Luka like, I don't know why they're talking about me like this.
Mhm.
Everybody questioning Luka, Chris. So
Yeah.
like they beat the Knicks the other night, and I think they've won like 5 out of the last 7, something like that. So they
Something like that.
they
Yeah.
trying to get good before the playoffs, but I feel like we're in the last days of LeBron as a Laker because I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think the scuttle I've been hearing is there's a less than 50% chance he could come back, or he's gonna finish out his last year or two in Cleveland and go up there. I don't know. I don't know how the ring chasing is in Cleveland. I don't know how that's gonna be. I think as a Laker, he was if this is it for him, I think he was a serviceable Laker for the seasons he was there for. All you could ask of a superstar is they get you at least a ring, and he got them at least one ring. But yeah, I don't know. They put all their eggs in the Luka basket, so I think they've got to stick with Luka. And then just put some pieces around him that are going to fit in. They could make a play for this year. I don't think this year is I don't think they're like considered a top contender this year. I don't think it's completely out of the question because the NBA for the last 5-6 seasons has kind of been like an open book. But I do expect Oklahoma City to possibly repeat. And LeBron, he's gonna. I think he's gonna want to do a farewell season.
Yeah.
Whether it's in LA, Cleveland, or wherever, he's gonna want to do that. So I think he'll be back next season. The question is just where and if the drive for him next season is gonna be winning a ring or just getting his money, and I mean that's all I can say about it. Really is just that. Let me turn my lights on real quick. Alexa, lights. But yeah, I just kind of have to do that. And my lights didn't hear me. Alexa, lights.
Why my lights flickering?
There we go. Okay.
It's like the fiend just showed up in here. Like, what's going on?
Got the Undertaker Chris Ely on these streets. Special attraction. Jay, you out there in LA with the professor, man. To Chris's point, like I do feel like this is LeBron's last season in LA. I think he's going to come back for one more season. And the most likely landing spots for me for LeBron would either be Cleveland or New York. In terms of what LeBron seems to want, which is a chance to win a championship, but also some place that will kind of welcome him with open arms. Like I think Cleveland is fascinating because they just got James Harden. Like, do they keep Harden? And you got Harden, LeBron. So you got like 2 all-timers and then like these young players that still haven't achieved to their fullest potential. Like that could be an interesting mix. Or LeBron in New York. Like that's always been a rumor his whole career. That could be fascinating. But when you look at the Lakers of it all, Jay, like do you feel like, because I think they'll win the first round matchup and then probably lose in the second round because you're talking about the OKCs of the world they probably had to match up with, or San Antonio and Wemby and them boys who are a real threat this season. What do you make of this season so far for the Lakers and the eyeballs now looking at Luka as he is the leader of this team?
Well, I mean, Luka, you knew Luka is a defensive liability. And this is no surprise to anybody who's watched basketball for his entire career. I mean, the only thing is in Dallas, you had another team that outshone them, and that was the Cowboys. So everybody was a Cowboys fan. So anything you got on top of the Mavericks, that's just extra. You know what I'm saying? And then they started competing for championships, and then Nico Harris started doing Nico Harris things that got the eyeballs off of him. So now he's in LA, and now the scrutiny is because LA is a Laker town. I don't care what anyone says. LA is a Laker town, and all eyeballs are watching what and how the Lakers perform. So the Lakers need to figure out the best pieces to cover up the blemishes of Luka's game. And I think while he was in Dallas, they were doing that. So until they figure out exactly who those pieces are to best fit the Lakers, we're going to have this conversation. And or if the Lakers keep winning, that's going to just prolong that stench of losing and having these types of conversations. With LeBron, I don't think he wants to go to New York because New York is a different animal than what LA is. LA, if you're losing, oh, that's too bad. LeBron, you'll get him next time, Tiger. New York ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
they're going done. What you doing,
Yeah.
Don? You know they're gonna be all up and down.
Yeah,
and
I think a lot of the Lakers.
There's gonna be no love if there's no wins. You know, and
Yeah.
the ultimate thing is for the Knicks to get a championship, which they're still going to be chasing. So I think the best fit for LeBron, if this is going to be his farewell.
Flip side of that though, Jay, is if they do pull it off in New York, he's golden forever. Like,
yeah, but I mean, what's the highest probability of winning? You want to win with the pieces you got in New York. I mean, you got Brunson, you got Cat.
Yeah,
you don't really have Hart because he's sometime now. He's not performing like he was last season. Or you go with a James Harden. You got Donovan Mitchell. You got Evans. You've also got Jared Allen. You've got some pieces to work with, and all
young pieces.
Right.
And all LeBron has to do is facilitate and not lift the heavy load that he's doing right now.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. I think he's got a better chance of winning and closing out his career at home and having it the best NBA story ever told. Don't go to the Knicks. Don't go to the Knicks.
Yeah, I agree with Jay, man. It's not worth the risk versus reward is just not there. I think if he was gonna if he was gonna, I think he's got a better chance of getting a ring with these Lakers next season than he does with New York. And I don't think he's got the greatest chance to win the ring with the Lakers. I think Cleveland is where if he's got any say in it, if he's trying to like legitimately chase a ring, if he's trying to have a Kobe season, he can go wherever the fuck he wants to do that. Like I'm talking about a Kobe last season. If he wants to have that, he could, games that he's gonna play in next season. Those tickets are gonna sell out every arena he goes to. So
LeBron's like, you know what? I've always wanted to be a Utah Jazz.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So he could go. Yeah. But I think if it's the ring he's gonna be chasing, he's got to go to Cleveland or stay on the Lakers. And I think he might have the inclination to go to. And I think the thing about the Lakers fans out here too is I think the Lakers fans that like LeBron and ride for LeBron are already there, The other Lakers fans probably never really liked him that much, So I don't think he's gonna get any new Lakers fans, even if they do win another ring. So I think just for legacy purposes, to get that fifth ring, tied with Kobe, tied with Magic, just go to Cleveland, man, and hopefully something happens there.
Yeah, I think like if you put LeBron on the Cleveland team now, don't even make no changes. Like I think because they're already a top 3 team in the East.
Yeah.
You put LeBron on that Cleveland team, like he's not what he was his first time around in Cleveland, and certainly not his second time around in Cleveland. Because I think that's the best LeBron we ever saw. Was that second time around in Cleveland? Like I think that's still like that makes them a legitimate contender with what he can still bring to the table. And he doesn't have to do everything, as Jay said. And they're a much better defensive team than the Lakers, which isn't hard because LeBron is old. Luka don't play no defense. And Austin Reeves is not Gary Payton on the defensive side of the ball. But I think the real question, Jay, Chris, if this is the end for LeBron and the Lakers, where does Bronny go?
Yeah, that's a good question. They might as well take him in Cleveland too.
Just buy
I
one,
think,
get one free.
yeah, I think
Get yourself
he's
a 2-for-1 deal.
Bronny is an okay player. I don't want to
Mm.
like clown him too much. He's not. He's not. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's good. I would say he could be serviceable.
So he's the Macklemore of NBA players.
There you go. See?
Right. Yeah.
Now
So
we're gonna
I
go
think
one show. We can't go one
right.
show.
Right. I think with Bronny, he's. I don't see an issue with Cleveland taking him.
Mm. They
I
probably
think,
love Bronny.
yeah, I think the Lakers might be inclined to keep him in a limited role, and just just have it be that. I think he's not gonna be I don't think he's gonna become. He's never gonna be a great player. I don't think he's gonna become not even good, because I don't know if he's ever going to become a good player. I don't even think he's going to become a fair player as long as he's staying on the same team as his dad. He'll be serviceable in a third string role, but I mean, if he's trying to have a lengthy NBA career, he can't be playing with his fucking daddy, man. It's just that simple.
I do think though, like if LeBron's going for one more season and it is Cleveland, I think it makes sense for Bronny to join him, like Cleveland's favorite son and now Cleveland's favorite grandson, allegedly. Because if this is LeBron's last year, and let's say everything breaks for the Cavaliers, Jay, that moment with the confetti coming down, Bronny only played 1 minute in the whole playoffs, but LeBron and Bronny, father and son, at half court with the championship. That's you can't buy a better storybook ending than that, cuz.
I'm not even mad at that. I mean, having Bronny be the Darko Milicic of the Cleveland Cavaliers, that would be pretty awesome. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I do think like Bronny has talent, he has some skill, but I think he's been way overshadowed and a lot has been, thrusted upon him, with this whole coming into the NBA under his, on the same team as his dad. That's crazy, right? So I think if he was to go into like the developmental and just really work on his craft, work on his game, and we know he's never going to, be his dad in terms of basketball skill and game and anything like that, but work on his own game and carve his own niche. I mean, I think he'd be all right, but I think it's in best interest if you let LeBron James Sr. go, you got to take Junior with you.
Yeah. I think it'd just be weird for Bronny to still be a Laker, a two-way, no offense, Ray, but a two-way Laker with LeBron not being on the team, because then everybody's like, what are you still doing here, man?
Yeah. And the thing, too, about it, though, is like, I don't really know how seriously Bronny takes the game of basketball. He might just be like, yo, my dad is LeBron James, so who cares what you people think? Or he might feel a way about it, hey, I don't want to go join you wherever you go because I'm always going to be like the dad, the nepotism hire or whatever.
Right.
If I were him, I mean, you're already the nepotism hire, so I mean, there's really nothing you could do about it. So you might as well,
especially if it's only for one more year with like LeBron playing.
Yeah, so just go to Cleveland with your dad.
This money train.
And he's got a little bit.
Look, just for the merchandise alone. Thank you, Ray. Ride the money train, like cuz. Look. If I'm LeBron, I'm like, Bronny, I know you want to be your own man and everything and whatnot.
Yeah,
but me and Savannah have been talking. They already got these two-sided James jerseys with your number on one side, my number on the other. They gonna sell out first night in Cleveland. We gotta get this money, cuz.
And also he's got a little bit of charisma or something, start auditioning and shit, man. Call Spike Lee and see if he could, find your acting chops in a movie or something, man.
The
I
next
mean,
2K, my career.
right, yeah. Because I don't think basketball is like going the way that LeBron James maybe dreamed of it going for him. I just don't think that's not I'm not trying to knock Bronny. I'm just trying to be actualized about what's going on,
To be fair though, to Bronny, because I agree with you, Chris. Like there is a ceiling on his basketball career in the NBA,
Yeah.
but I do feel like from Bronny's perspective, he might be like every moment I have in the NBA is borrowed time because of his health condition. So it's like, his career is probably going to be short regardless. So if it's going to be short regardless, I might as well have the most fun. And maybe he likes playing on the same team as his dad.
Well, I think he's got, regardless of how his career ends or whatever, he's got a TED Talks keynote speaker type of story to, share with everyone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to be successful. He's going to be all right with or without the NBA. So, I mean,
LeBron already got that movie in development. You got to have heart. The Bronny James story.
Gotta have.
Come on. A Disney Channel original.
Didn't even give him the A24 treatment. Wow.
Starring Anthony Mackie as LeBron James. I'm LeBron James, y'all. like no, Anthony.
Yeah. I mean, he could probably succeed on that, on the acting front, if he's around the right coaches and the right director and all that, he could be okay,
Well, that's another thing too. Like in terms of basketball, like that's been his whole life in a lot of aspects. Like there's other avenues he could go into, even if his playing career ultimately is short. Whether you're talking about front office, coaching, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different ways he can still be connected to the game. Like you mentioned, TV, Chris. Like he could be an analyst. You know what I mean? Like there's ways he can stay connected to the game, even if his NBA career is ultimately short.
Right, I agree. Yeah, I think there's other things he could do.
Just imagine the troll job by ESPN. LeBron James joins Inside the NBA, and you see Charles, Shaq, EJ, and Kenny, and they're like, "Let's welcome LeBron James." All the fanfare, Ray and Bronny walk out. Like we didn't say which LeBron James. Shaq's a fool. Ronnie, he's Shaqtin' a fool. But yeah, shout out to you, Bronny. Whatever you do in life, Bronny, because life is full of things, Ray, magic and beautiful things to discover. When you think about life, Ray, it really makes you wonder, man. Because Bronny James could be anywhere in the world, Chris. He could even end up in Magic City one night.
Yeah.
The one place he won't end up at is Magic City Night as presented by the Atlanta Hawks at State Farm Arena, because that event is over.
Right, man.
What are your thoughts, Professor?
I still can't believe they did. Like when someone sent this to me this morning, I was halfway asleep when I saw it. And my brother sent me something. I start watching it. My wife thought I was looking at porn on my phone. It was a parody of this shit. It was like, why would you do this? I don't understand why you would need. I mean, I'm not an Atlanta native, but every time I fly down south, the first place I stop is ATL, and then from ATL I drive to the other states. Usually it's ATL, then South Carolina, then North Carolina, or ATL, then Tennessee, then North Carolina, just something like that. And Magic City, it's a staple in Atlanta. The lemon pepper wings are good, especially for a strip club. They're very good, But I mean, there are other places in Atlanta you can get lemon pepper wings. You don't have to get them from Magic City, even if you wanted lemon pepper wings specifically from Magic City. The last time I was out there, that shit was available on Grubhub, you know? So I mean, you can get it that way. As for the NBA, man, like yeah, they did the right thing in my opinion by getting rid of this stupid night. I mean, there's plenty of strip clubs out here you could theoretically do. I mean, every city's got a strip club, you know. You know that, and then also on the flyers of those strip club things, they put the basketball players on there anyway. So, like, you know, I just don't get it. You know, like if they wanted to sponsor an event, maybe that had nothing to do with official team business. That'd be one thing, but like I do think that's not a good look for especially with all that's going on in the world, especially considering it's Women's History Month this month too. And you're doing like this this strip club nonsense. And I got no problem with strippers. I really don't. But I just don't think that like I just don't see like what the community outreach is for this. I don't see like what the purpose of it is. I don't know whose idea this was. Whoever's idea this was, if they don't get fired, they need to get a stern talking to, because this was just
it wasn't just one person though, Chris, because here's the thing. Because this had to go through so many channels to get approved and the marketing and this. So this is, I'm of two minds about this, Chris. Like, obviously, like this is not a good idea, particularly in this climate, as you mentioned. But also, this is the most Atlanta shit ever, dog.
It is.
Most Atlanta shit. Look, not only are we going to have a basketball game with the Hawks, we're going to have Magic City Wings up in the building. We're going to have a T.I. concert. Tip is going to be there at halftime. Tip off, if you will. We're going to have a podcast with T.I. Done after the show for all the Atlanta people to come through and see. So it's like the most Atlanta thing in the world. It feels like an idea that, in theory, when everybody was in the pitch room, Chris, throwing ideas on the table, it's one of those ideas that everybody's like, oh, that's funny, Jerry, you crazy. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. But it didn't stop at Jerry, you crazy. They continued to like, you know what, Jerry? Let's implement that. And now you end up with the Magic City night. You got Magic City Atlanta Hawk hoodies that you've printed up, and now you can't sell, but they're gonna find their way somewhere out onto the street.
Yeah, I need
but it's just kind of like, like from the perspective of it just being an Atlanta ass idea, like it makes me laugh. But in reality, it's like it never was gonna work well.
Right? Yeah, man. And I was in Atlanta during the heyday of the Freaknik and shit and all that stuff. I was attending the Freaknik as a 16, 17-year-old, had no business.
You and David Faustino at the Freaknik, dog.
Being around that kind of stuff, yeah.
Like, who let Bud Bundy into the Freaknik?
Yeah, he might have been up there one of them years. I don't know, but yeah. But you know, that's the kind of shit. I mean, and like you said, it's the most Atlanta thing to do. It's like, it's typical ATL stuff, you know. It's just like it's
the only thing that would make it more Atlanta, Chris, is if they opened up the game with Big Boy from Outkast reading the Martin Luther King speech. Like, this is Atlanta ass shit.
Yeah, crazy stuff, or Chris Lova, or something.
Like, why are Ludacris and the Georgia Mass Choir passing out stripper wings?
Right, yeah.
Is Raphael Warnock eating the lemon peppers? What is going on here? What is going on in Atlanta? And here's the thing. I think they were, you can be too clever by half, as the old saying goes, Jay. Like, again, I think in the boardroom when they was passing this idea around, there were some things that were cute about it. Like, it's Magic City night. They playing the Orlando Magic. Like, haha, funny, get it? We got the wings. We got T.I. at halftime. Like, it's like, okay, all of these are interesting suggestions that you're throwing up on the board. But as Chris mentioned, man, now is not the time. And again, no shade to Magic City or any of these establishments, because a lot of the performers there, they are doing this of their own volition. They know what they're doing. They're making their money, and we ain't mad at them. But there are also a lot of folks in this industry, particularly young girls, that are kind of trapped into this industry and are there not particularly because they want to be there, but because they have to be there or they were forced to be there. And so it's like, if you're going to talk about Magic City, you can't just talk about the wings, which are good. You can't just talk about, coming to the main stage. It's Aston Martin. Like, okay, Aston Martin out there, she ain't leaking on. But you got to talk about everything that comes with this industry. And I don't think they thought enough ahead to be like, oh yeah, if we plan a night like this and announce this promotion, there may be some pushback because yes, Magic City is this Atlanta institution, but also this industry is something that needs to be looked at as a whole.
I'm honestly shocked that it got past the idea phase. I'm still stuck on that. It was like, okay, that's funny, haha, and then it got serious, and then
right.
I honestly, I'm more of the guy that's like, okay, I would have loved to see this pulled off because I mean, you got kids in the building. I mean, you're
right.
How do you explain that? This is your first NBA game. You take your family out, and it's Magic City night. Explain that. That's a conversation. I'm sure.
Daddy, what's Magic City?
Right. Yeah.
Why are we going to the shoe show? So like, what are we doing? So I mean, it should have been an idea that was best not brought forth to light, in my opinion. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm just very curious to see in the alternate universe how this would have played out.
And I think Bomani Jones, friend of the program, he has appeared on the Kings of Sport in the past. He said something really poignant about this, Ray, because he was like, Magic City is great, man. The wings are good. The atmosphere is good. But the main reason that people are going to Magic City is for the girls.
Right.
And if you go into this presentation by the Hawks, they had everything about Magic City except for the girls. And so it's like you're trying to sanitize and whitewash Magic City, Ray. And it's like, oh, it's this family restaurant with these excellent wings, and we support this institution of Atlanta. But it's like you ain't talking about what Magic City really is, dog.
Right.
Yeah, they're not talking about the dinner and the show.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I actually don't see what the big deal was. Like,
okay, speak on it then, Ray. Speak on it.
First off, like you mentioned, if them hoodies drop off of a truck, let your boy know. 2 Chainz. I know you in Atlanta.
Don't lie. If the hoodies make it to eBay or Amazon or whatever, I might have to snatch one up, dog.
Yeah, let me know. But I think I totally get like your perspective from it when you were talking, Brother Nate, about and I put it on you once I said your name. Hold on. Brother Nate, when you were talking about some women being exploited or being used and being trafficked and getting into this business involuntarily, and I totally get that aspect of it. And Brother Chris, I also get your aspect as far as, oh, it's Women's History Month. But Miles Bridges is still playing in the NBA. Josh Giddey got a weird case. Why is he around? Like
Giddey.
Like, come on. Like, I know they want to
certified point guard, certified.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like we want. I know they want to stand. NBA want to seem as though they're standing by something, but yet, like when you do, and I think Charles Barkley brought this up directly to Adam Silver as far as like, well, what are you going to do about these folks that are getting charged with domestic violence within the league?
Yeah, that's not a legitimate argument. I get it.
Come on, Chris. Like we talking about some entertainment, some gentlemen's club workers, but yet you still allowing folks like a Miles Bridges that have credible charges of domestic violence and of assault and stuff like that. But yeah, you want to clutch your now this Bama what's his name? Kyle
Luke
Corny want to
Cornett.
come out and talk about, oh well, this doesn't represent us and I'm not gonna play it. Man, shut up. Like, if you're going to take a stand over this, but you're not going to take a stand over all the other stuff that's going on in the league, then you
I
don't
think he
even
may have played with Miles Bridges. Like, he might have been a teammate at some point.
right. So
I mean,
that's all I'm saying, Chris.
The thing with the Miles Bridges stuff and all the other pro athletes.
And I think there's a Laker that's got some charges.
Yeah,
against
they're like, I mean, there's plenty of pro athletes that are involved in some kind of like bullshit. I don't know, like, or Ja Morant when he was involved in whatever he was involved into and stuff. It's one thing to have some bad apples on your team that might be involved in any of this, fuckery, like strip clubs and, whatever it is, domestic violence, all that stuff. But you shouldn't be promoting strip clubs and shit like that. You shouldn't be promoting
legitimate business.
You shouldn't be promoting Smith and Wessons. You shouldn't be promoting like any of the stuff
Schlitz malt liquor.
So yeah, no malt liquor, no Pabst Blue Ribbon. I mean, the Coors Light and all that shit is bad enough. Like it's to me, it's just like
welcome to Code 45 night, presented by Billy D.
Right. I mean, St.
Ides night at the stadium.
Right. Yeah. St. Ides night at the stadium. Yeah. Like
every customer gets their own 40, Chris, even the kids.
Right. Yeah. Even the kids. I wonder if the kids get a free lap dance on if that was something they were going to be giving the kids at the Magic City night.
They got a lap dance booth at Magic City night, Chris. So you actually have to get in line to get the lap dance.
Yeah, and take a picture with a stripper booth too.
They probably got trading cards. Like it's champagne. Crystal, I didn't know Crystal was gonna be here, man. She was rookie of the year back in 25.
Right, yeah, but yeah, and I don't know if I don't think this was the Atlanta Hawks, the team, that was sponsoring this, right? Not the NBA. So I think
it was the team.
Yeah, so I think just like for the optics, and then in Atlanta, for all intents and purposes, now it's not like that. It's not. For the longest time, Atlanta was a majority black city. Now, if you go to Atlanta, there are other races, not just a lot of the black people that lived in Atlanta proper have like migrated to like Alpharetta and Douglasville and all the like surrounding cities around Atlanta. So it's not the most black city in the country anymore. But I think, just that was like, I just think the optics of all that shit was just trash and garbage, man. I can't justify it. And I understand. Charles
I feel
Barkley,
like if Obama was president, they probably could have got away with this because it was a certain time.
Maybe. And Charles Barkley likes the strip club. So, I mean, like, of course, he's not going to have a problem with, doing any of that shit,
Chris, the fact that they canceled this event is terrible. It's terrible. Ain't nothing wrong with some strippers, but the Magic City girls, they better than them big fat women they got in San Antonio.
I knew you were going there. I was about to say, what if they end up having Magic City in San Antonio?
Them burrito tacos.
He ain't going.
Like Charles,
I don't know. I don't know what
the girl's name. Birria taco.
I don't know what the.
That's wild.
I don't know what the name of the strip club is in
San Antonio.
San Antonio,
it's called Helpers, Chris, because there's some big fat women in San Antonio. It's terrible. The wings ain't even good, Chris.
Right.
It's all Barkley, y'all. You know the impression is bad when you have to announce who it is at the end.
Right, yeah.
Charles Barkley on the round bottom rebound, Auburn University.
Alexa, stop. That was the 90-minute marker right there. by the
Okay.
way.
Look at you trying to keep us on track. Okay. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Let's pivot. Let's pivot. Real quick for our final story, because you can think what you want to think about the Magic City promotion from the Atlanta Hawks that was canceled, whether it glorified these performers or whether it demeaned these performers. But some women that are really looking to get paid out here is the W, Chris. It's the W, Ray. Is the WJ. Tomorrow is a big day in the labor negotiations. If they do not come to an agreement, meaning the players and the league, there is the possibility that the WNBA season may start late or not at all because of a lockout. Any thoughts on these continuing negotiations as we wind down things this week? Let's start with you, Ray, because you've been on these WNBA streets with me here from day one on the Kings of Sports. So any thoughts about what Kathy and her crew are trying to get the players to agree to?
All right. Well, I just pulled up a story talking about how the WNBA is just sent a counter proposal to the players ahead of the deadline yesterday. We'll see how good that is. So yeah, the players sent a proposal, then the WNBA sent a counter proposal. So let me see. It's unknown what changes the league and union made in their latest proposals. Revenue sharing has been a key or been the key sticking point between the sides. I just feel like, and that's quoted in ESPN by a report from the ESPN news services. It doesn't have a specific byline for a writer, but from ESPN. I think we are heading towards a lockout. I just feel as though I think both sides made their positions known, getting out of or coming out of the end of the WNBA season. We all know about the legendary postseason press conference or postseason exit interview from one Nafisa Collier-Fee from the Minnesota Lynx, who also happens to be not only the co-owner, one of the co-owners of the Unrivaled Promotion Basketball League, but also the vice president of the union? Yes, vice president of the union, and just her going scorched earth on your girl Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, and then Kathy responding with essentially no response, or essentially don't bring my family into, and it's just
crying at the press conference like Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
leave my family alone, guys. You don't want to talk about my family. Damn, both of y'all need better help.
Right.
Promo code nefarious.
Get Kathy that promo code. I'm sure she needs it. I'm sure. But yeah, I just feel as though we are kind of steamrolling towards a lockout. I don't know where it's going to go from there. I don't know what the particular sticking points are. I know that as far as specifically what the ladies are asking for and what the league is trying to counter with, as far as with revenue sharing, we know that these women, they are personalities, and I believe that they are driving their personalities and their particular skills on the court is driving fans to watching this stuff. And even if you want to say, oh, well, people weren't watching before Caitlin Clark and before Angel Reese came into the league, like, it was showing a uptick within the last 5 years, even prior to those girls showing up, and then it just kind of blew up once they showed up. But they've always had marketable stars And I believe they need to get what they paid for. And I know that they came out during the All-Star game with the pay us what you owe us. And I stand firmly behind them. It's just like they're creating a drive for fans to come and watch the sport. And so I think they need to be compensated fairly. As far as I think it was again with what Nafisa is sharing. We don't know if it's specifically, we don't know if it's specifically 100% true, but what she shared with her conversations with Kathy Engelbert, if you ask Nafisa, she's saying that the players need to get on their hands and knees and thank the stars, the lucky stars, that they're in this position to get these advertising deals and these sponsorships. But again, I think it's the stars, it's the other way around. I think the league should be thanking their lucky stars that they have such marketable superstars under them wing. And we haven't even gotten to Asia Wilson, who's just been killing the game. And I think she is very marketable. I think, because I just saw a thing with her, I think on her Instagram, where she's I think friend of the show, brother Martin Bushby, shared this with her just going to different places around the world in basketball camps and interviewing young kids, and that alone just shows like the range that she has as a personality, and it's like you need to strike while the iron is hot. So I don't know if the league sees it that way. I know that they're kind of, and I think I've heard rumblings. I don't know. I think there were talking heads talking about, well, they could just let the league. They don't really need the league, and especially since the NBA pretty much props it up, like they don't really need the league. They could just let the league shut down, and then we'll see where the players go from there. And I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's like, y'all don't y'all millionaires like money? Don't y'all like? I don't understand. And I think I've heard some people say this before. Just because people are millionaires does not mean that they are smart. Like, it's like sometimes they luck up into stuff. Sometimes they're smart for a certain period, but then they just become dumb for some reason. Elon. Yeah.
Elon was never smart, but that's neither here nor there.
Talk to him, Chris. Talk to him.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, Professor.
Right. Yeah. That's a lot of doubt there, but you know.
But I think, Ray, like there's a couple things, man, because your girl came out and said something today, and to me, it's like if y'all radicalized Caitlin Clark, y'all done messed up. And she came out and she was like, they asked her about the discussions between the players union and the league, and she was basically like, the league just needs to do what is right for the players and what's right for the game, and they need to meet in this room and don't leave until we have a deal because it's too important to mess this up. And you got Caitlin out here. You got Caitlin, Katie Clark.
Like sometimes she be sliding up. She be low key showing that she a part of the revolution.
She been hanging out with look. I guess she been hanging out with Kalia Copper and some of these other teammates more so than the girl Sophie. Because Sophie would have been like, you know what, we should be grateful for like who wants to play in some of these cities? It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I was telling Ray this last night when we were on our date. Got him. But I think the league is trying to have it both ways, Jay. Like they trying to cry poverty, but also you bringing in all these expansion teams. We just saw Golden State last season, and we're going to see Toronto coming up this next season. You know what I mean? You're crying poverty, but you're telling me your ratings are as good as they've been in 15 years. You're crying poverty, but you're telling me the league is doing better than ever. And so if the league is doing better than ever, then the question is, why is the league doing better than ever? And to Ray's point, it's these players, man. People are tuning in to see Caitlin Clark, to see Angel Reese, to see Asia Wilson, to see Nafisha Collier, to see somebody like Paige Buckets on these streets. Like they're here to see these players. And so to me, it's like, yes, the players are not going to get everything they want because that's not how negotiations work, Jay. But the players should get that revenue sharing. They should come to a number that both sides can kind of agree on. Like, hey, you know, the sign of a good negotiation is when both sides leave wanting more, but everybody ultimately signs the deal. But the league needs to, you know, get over themselves. It's like when Kathy's like, oh, they should be lucky that they have a league. Or when she said Caitlin Clark would be nothing without this league. And I wasn't the biggest Caitlin Clark fan. I always liked Caitlin Clark's game, but I thought the idiots that followed around Caitlin Clark on social media, thankfully they kind of filtered away as the seasons have gone on. But I felt like they propped Caitlin up to a degree and pitted her against some of these other players in a way that was unfair to Caitlin and the other players in the league. But Caitlin Clark would have been fine without this league. She would have found somewhere to go and play ball and be excellent at basketball and be white. But Caitlin Clark did not need the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is amplified by the WNBA. And so, like, for them to feel like the players owe them when really they owe the players, it's crazy to me, Jay. What are your thoughts, brother?
I'm going to keep mine short and sweet, man. My thought is this. Pay these ladies. You can put it back on all four of us. Pay these women. I mean, they are definitely earning their keep. I mean,
you know what, Jay? You should have just stopped after you said pay these ladies and just Ray would have had you on the ISO for no reason. I'm done. That's all I had to say, Ray.
but seriously, I mean, to Ray already said it. He already said that the WNBA has been on the upswing for a few seasons, right? Yeah. And so myself included, I casually followed the WNBA, and then most recently started really keeping an eye on, like, oh, okay, they got some talented women. Who can I follow over here? Who's playing ball, whatever. And there's more people like myself, like us, that are, you know, looking at, okay, this is basketball. They got some skill. They got some talent. They've got some, you know, personality. Let's see exactly. Let's sample the product and see what's really happening, right? And for me too, watching Unrivaled, oh my gosh, that's selling basketball. And opens up the idea of there's other places for these women to go and play. There are other leagues across the pond that will pay these women. So there are options. And if the WNBA don't get their act together, they're gonna lose out on a lot of, you know, grade A talent. And that's only going to, you know, basically make them look worse than what they already do as a league. You know? And again, final thought, pay them.
And that's, Chris, I'll let you have the last word on this, but to what Jay's saying, I think the Unrivaled of it all is a big component because we've seen that there can be a alternative league in America, so these women don't have to go to Russia or wherever, but they can still play in America, still be on national TV with the Turner contract, still make some money, and still be, you know, relevant in the sports world. And if the WNBA decides that they don't want to pay these women and the league is locked out, if I'm Unrivaled, I'm like, yes, I know our bread and butter has been 3-on-3 and then the 1v1 special tournament. Like, you know what? Shit, this season, we're going to open it up 5v5 and bring in all these great players from the WNBA and these great players that just came out of college. And there's a chance that, Chris, like, I think the one thing the WNBA has going for it is the 3 letters after W, because that gives it like this official capacity. But we've seen, man, like once upon a time, the ABA was a big thing. Once upon a time, the AFL was a big thing. And leagues change and grow and morph over time. And so it would not shock me if the WNBA don't get their stuff together, Chris. In 10 years, we might be talking about the Unrivaled championship versus the WNBA championship because the WNBA is not around anymore.
Right. Yeah. I think this is why unions exist, right? I think the WNBA players are doing the right thing because especially when you're, and I'm a part of a few different unions. I'm a part of AFT, American Federation of Teachers. I'm I'm a part of the California Federation of Teachers, whatever the hell it's called, and journalism unions, all that stuff. The reason why you have a union is so you have a collective to make sure that everyone is getting what they feel they deserve, right?
Right.
And like you were saying, Nate, it's a negotiation, so both sides are going to have to give up something, right?
Mhm.
And I hate when people say you should be getting down on your knees and shit like that.
Nah.
Playing in the WNBA is not a fucking gift. It's a job, right? It's a contracted job. The difference between a contract and a gift is with a gift, only one person is getting consideration. So I can promise my nephew, yo, if you get straight A's, I'm gonna get you a new car for your birthday,
Mhm.
or when you graduate high school or whatever. I can make that promise. He gets the straight A's, and he's like, okay, where's my car? I could be like, yeah, fuck you, you ain't getting a car. And you can't sue me for that because because there was no legally binding contract saying I was going to get you a car,
Right.
because you're getting a car and I'm not getting anything in return.
Right.
When you're working a contract, when you make a legal settlement or anything like that, for a contract to be legally binding, both sides have to be getting consideration, right? So the NBA players, the WNBA players, they're like, okay, we will do this, this, and this. The WNBA is going to be like, we'll do that, that, and that,
Mhm.
and we'll meet somebody where in the middle where the consideration is up to par with what we want and what we feel comfortable giving out, right?
Mhm.
So this is standard stuff. I expect this to get worked out eventually. Because
You
these
think we
things
had it for a
all,
lot?
I think we might, but that's not a bad thing. You know, sometimes you have to do that just to show management that you mean business, you know.
Mhm.
If they value you, they're going to come to the table with whatever you want. That's just how contracts always go, you know. Like if we were ever up for a contract, you know what I'm saying, we would have to, you know, be like, okay, this is, you know, we'd have to, you have to know your value, you have to know your worth versus your value too, you know.
Mm.
What your worth, your worth is whatever your, I think, well, I get them both confused. Ray could double check me, but I think your value is your worth is what you think you are worth, right? That's the price you put on yourself. Your
Mhm.
value is what other people are willing to
Mm.
pay
Mhm.
for to see you do your thing, you know. So as long as you've got those two things in perspective,
Yeah.
and I think if there's a lockout, I don't think it's going to be a long lockout. As long as what the NBA, the WNBA players are asking for is within reason, they should be fine. But
Yeah.
again, this is why professional wrestlers are stupid, you know, because you need to have things like this especially if you're an athlete. if you're if you're a WNBA player, you're playing like a bunch of games each season. Your body's going to take some wear and
In a very
tear.
short period of
Yeah,
time.
in a very, very, very abbreviated a period of time, very short period of time, like Nate was just saying. You got to make sure you are taken care of, and if you're not doing that, then you're gonna look at your career when you're broke down and destitute, and you're gonna be like, man, I should have negotiated this a little bit better, you know.
Mhm.
And that's where that's where you do not want to be ever as a professional athlete, someone that put their body on the line every single year, and all you have to show for it is your memories and fans coming up to you talking about how good you used to be while your body is broken down, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, again, both sides should get some kind of consideration. And once they figure that out, I think this will get worked out accordingly, you know. But yeah, I do think the WNBA, they've proven that there is value in the brand over the course of the last few seasons, you know.
Yeah.
And they picked a good time to bring this up, you know. You weren't going to bring this up like in 2013, you know.
Right.
You're doing it now that they're starting to generate money off of you, right?
Yep.
You know, that's why you do it. And it's it's a union thing, so you're trying to lift all shit, move all boats up with the negotiations, you know. Unfortunately, this is not how like UFC or NFL or any or not I mean not an NFL. This isn't how UFC or WWE and stuff works out, because everybody there is out for themselves, you know. But you know, this, you know, you got your union there. Everyone should get their raise, and I think, you know, call it a day.
And two things real quick. Like, I think to that point with everybody on board, like, again, I was making a joke, but if y'all done got Caitlyn active on these negotiation streets, it's a problem for y'all. Y'all thought she was just gonna sit in the corner and be quiet while all this going down. Caitlyn got radicalized. But the other thing is the WNBA, in terms of the league aspect, they need to realize who they're dealing with. And what I mean by that is these aren't the WNBA players of 10, 15, 20 years ago, where they were all smart and intelligent women, but they were mainly hoopers.
Right. Yeah.
These women today, when you look at Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, these are all hoopers, but they're also business women.
They're brand.
Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, like they all have their own businesses and enterprises outside of just being a basketball player. So they're not going to let you play them like some dumb athletes.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and that's the thing with these NBA players don't understand. And it also goes back to because you have the brand of the league that you play for, right? But then you also have the micro branch of that is your individual brand, you know? So, you know, is your individual brand enhancing the brand of your team? And is that team's brand enhancing the value of the WNBA? You know, so it's a value train, you know?
Yep. That's what I tried to tell Ray Chris when he tried to come out with his Ray Williams brand soy milk. Like, no, that don't reflect the values of Nefarious, Ray. You can't just make your own brand all willy-nilly, brother.
Oat milk, brother. Oat milk.
Oat milk. Ray Williams oat milk. Like that. No, that's not appealing, brother. You can drink it two ways, cold or lukewarm. No, I don't like that, brother. Well, yeah, we will definitely be following this story as it continues to develop. But yes, I think I can speak for all of us when we say, you know, make a fair deal, make a deal that you know, ensures the WNBA still exists, but pay the players what they owed, man, because they do bring value to your organization.
Yes. And real quick,
oh yeah, Ray.
Hashtag justice for Enrique. Hashtag free Enrique. I see you, OG, aka Enrique Ogumawale. Y'all trying to hold the sister down while she trying to celebrate. How about you? How about you lift up the fact that she actually knocked out a dude? How about that? Come on, man. Equal rights.
Yeah, shout out to equal rights and lefts is what Enrique is all about, Ray. You can get them both.
I like that.
But real quick before we leave, I didn't want to leave without breaking mention to this story real quick, and we should have talked about it a couple weeks ago when it happened. But with all this NFL talk this week, we'd be remiss if we did not take a brief moment to talk about Rondale Moore, former wide receiver, primarily for the Falcons, who committed suicide apparently a couple weeks ago, where he was found dead with the apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. His funeral was last week, and a lot of the players that played with him and against him had good things to say about the brother. But the overwhelming theme was that the brother still should be here. And so we made a couple jokes tonight about, better help and mental health and stuff like that. But it's not a laughing matter. It ain't no game. If you're going through something and you think there's only one way out, take a moment and talk to somebody because whatever you're going through, it's not worth, your friends not having a friend anymore, your family not having a family member anymore, you not seeing what your life could become. Because who knows? Like Rondale Moore probably had 2 or 3 more years left in the league, but he had a whole life ahead of him that he doesn't have anymore. And so, like 28 years old, man, is way, way, way too young to not be here anymore. So RIP to Rondale Moore. Hopefully the brother has peace now. But for anybody out there that's going through something, there's other ways, man. And talk to somebody, whether it's BetterHelp or, your pastor or your favorite teacher or a mentor, a coach, somebody. There's somebody out there that can help you with whatever it is you're going through.
Yeah, shout out, man. And RIP Rondale Moore. That's always sad stuff to hear too, sad, very, very sad.
And he's because the brother that played for the Cowboys, he killed himself earlier this year as well. So it's just like it doesn't matter what your job is, how famous you are, how much money you got. At the end of the day, we all people and we all go through stuff. So if you're going through something, man, talk to somebody about it because you matter and you have worth and value.
Indeed.
Well,
and I think wasn't it like a University of Florida player or a University of Alabama player who was wrongfully accused of hitting somebody with his car, and then like a week later he ended up taking his own life too. Like you said, like you said, Brother Nate, like we shouldn't be thinking of the final solution as a solution. Like there are better ways to, like you said, seek help, find some counsel, and know that, again, to echo what you mentioned, you are loved, you are cared about, and you're appreciated. So
yeah, and just to tie it all up, I mean, there's a lot of hate that goes on, and we scroll up and down our social media feeds, and there's a lot more people that love and care for us in real life than there are online too. So I mean, just reach out, and I tell my loved ones all the time, if there's anything I can do to help, and I just spread that love. There's a lot more people care about you than you think. Just keep that in mind.
100%, brother, 100%. So this is gonna bring an end to this edition of the Kings of Sport podcast. Keep your head up if you're out there in Atlanta, trying times, but we're going to be all right. Go to Magic City, maybe get you some wings and think about the good times. But let's go around the horn one last time with these lemon pepper steppers and throw some shout outs out there. Let's start with two-way Ray Williams, the king of oat calcium himself. Ray, what you got to say to the people?
First off, coming soon, two-way Ray oat milk and almond milk, because I dabble in all different kinds of shades, my brother.
Then you had like the mixture, like the Arnold Palmer, where you got the oat and the almond. That's Ray's special blend.
Oh, man,
what about rice milk? You drink that?
I don't do rice milk like that.
Okay.
I've heard about it. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know. I ain't going that far, brother Chris. I know.
You get a sponsorship with Jerry Rice. Just Jerry Rice sitting there with a bowl of cereal that's dried. Like, I don't know what to do. And then Ray just come out the refrigerator like, what are you doing? Hi, I'm Ray Williams of Ray Williams famous oat and almond milk. We got a new product. It's rice milk. And Jerry's like, what? Rice milk? Like me? Like you? And then Ray and Jerry Rice is eating big old spoonfuls of rice milk and cereal. Had that idea for free, Ray.
Ray gonna have his own flight of milk.
Just be Ray, Jerry Rice, and Cora Jade eating milk and cereal. Like, on this commercial. don't make no sense.
Don't give me no ideas, brother Nate. I know Jay Rice out here doing these food commercials too. Shoot. Don't give me no ideas. But anyway, I'll make it quick. Appreciate you guys all as always for having me back on to help out with you all. You can find me wherever you find Nefarious, either here in the mothership as you're listening to us live, or the brothership, if you will. KOS-POD, aka Kings of Sport, or any of our delightful podcasts that we have here, including Ring Theory with our brothers Jay and Gerard, and SBF Styles Break Fights has returned, ladies and gentlemen, with myself and brother Jay, Prelim Posse's own. And hopefully coming up soon, we will have an episode to recap UFC 326, which featured the BMF Championship. Oh, which belt is yours? It's the one with bad mother other on it. With Max Holloway defending.
I got a question, Ray. I got a question real quick.
Go ahead.
How is this? Like this is some pro wrestling shit, dog. Yeah. We just making up titles and defending them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and ask Chi-Chi, I've always had disdain for the BMF belt, but now you just made me realize. And that, well, I kind of realized it yesterday, and then you just kind of hit the head on it. It's just an intercontinental title, pretty much. It's not really. It's a secondary championship. It's not the big gold. It's not the world title, but it's
call it the Paramount belt. You know what I mean?
The Paramount belt.
The
Paramount title.
But yeah, we'll talk about the BMF, aka the Paramount belt, being defended by Max Holloway against Charles Oliveira. We'll also talk about some news. I know we had just finished talking about Ronda Rousey returning to the cage to fight against I'm about to call her Gina again. Gina Carano.
Milk's gone bad, Ray. The milk's gone bad.
Gina Carano, who's also returning to the wing, but also we got Francis Ngannou got released by PFL, but now he's been announced to be on that Netflix card with Gina Carano against Ronda Rousey.
When is that fight supposed to go down?
May, I believe.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a live watch. I might have to join y'all for that one.
Oh, indeed. And we'll finally discuss the UFC White House card finally being released. And whether it's worth me trying to purchase a red hat to try to sneak up in there. Spoiler alert.
It's us trying to get you pressed to get in there too.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, we got to talk offline, but I've tried my ways, but now I think I got to do some more stuff. And I think you gave us some tips on how to get in there, brother Chris, as far as
you could be Kristen Owens +1. She ain't doing nothing right now.
Right.
That milk's gone bad as well, Ray.
I ain't messing with no Kristen Owens. Next thing you know, we get some poor UFC ticket taker at the event get fired because she left the blanket that she didn't want to.
Like, why is Ray and Kristen Owens just walking around the White House shooting puppy dogs? What is going on? They put Michael Vick in jail for less.
All right.
Message.
You ain't wrong. But yeah, you can find me here, and then also if you want to find me personally, I'm on Instagram at MondoDondo1, and I'm on Blue Sky at Two Way Ray.
Okay. Appreciate you as always, Ray Williams, doing your thing on camera and behind the scenes, brother. We appreciate you. But speaking of a brother that's doing things, I don't even know if we can say nothing yet. We probably got to keep it under wraps for a little bit. But this man Jay Lacey doing big things out here, one half of the Ring Theory team, and also part of the SPF crew now. Jay, anything you want to shout out before we get out of here, man?
Yeah. You catch me here on Nefarious on all platforms, you know. We got the Styles Break Fights like Red talked about, Ring Theory with my boy Downtown Gerard Brown and Ray, the other House of Black, just giving our ring theories about what's going on in professional wrestling, WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Also, check me out this weekend on the Post Wrestling Network with friend of the program, Kate from Montreal. I'll be making my debut on Collision Course. So check me out there on this Saturday as we talk about the lead-up show to AEW Revolution. And yeah, that's all I got right now.
Well,
that should be fun.
Yeah. Well, that's not all I got, Jay, because Jay is going to be representing us this Saturday at the Crypto.com arena.
Say what?
For AEW Revolution. He will be our post representative, our nefarious media representative. He is going to be arriving at the arena at 4:30 p.m. Again, I apologize for that part, Jay. I really do. And I owe you for that. So, but yeah, this is going to be our first official in-person press conference. I've sat on scrum calls before. I don't think I ever got to ask my question because I lost my patience. But if I'm on the scrum, really? If one of us are on the scrum call this weekend, I think one of us we'll figure out who's going to be on the scrum call. I'm sure we'll wait around to ask our question. But congratulations to Jay for doing that for us. And
appreciate the assist, my man.
No problem, man. No problem. And yeah, you can expect to see a lot more of this from us in the future. I might be trying to go to either the Vancouver pay-per-view or the New York pay-per-view. So we'll see. We'll see how all that shakes up. I'm really happy for Jarek, and I know he's going to represent us well. And I know again, this is our first live press conference event of this nature that we're doing. So I'm very happy about it. And I'm very happy that Jay is going to be the person that's going to be, and we ain't going to have to worry about Jay, turning back too many beers and, and embarrassing the whole post wrestling community. He's gonna go there. He's gonna kick ass, and it's gonna be an awesome event.
Jay showing up to the press conference like Eddie King Jr. What one maybe 2-3 drinks that may be an alcoholic.
Right. Yeah. So make sure that you watch the press conference after the AEW show so you can see
HBO Maxx.
Yeah. So you can see Jay get to ask us questions and all that stuff. And hopefully you can bring back some pictures and all that stuff so we could post.
Well, that's not a thing, Chris. Now that we talking about it, let's talk about this, man.
And get this out in the open now,
Now that it's out in the open, Jay's gonna be there. Like not only is Jay gonna be at the press conference, yes. Not only is Jay gonna be representing Post Wrestling, representing Nefarious, representing the NWA podcast, but also Jay has informed us that he will be documenting his time at the event, and so we'll certainly see that either probably both in short form here on the network, but also I'm sure they'll be talking about it on Ring Theory following the event. But yeah, we all proud of you, Jay. We know you're gonna kill it, man. And shout out to us, man, for getting the seat at the table.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to go there. And again, since the cat's out the bag, I will be at the event on Sunday, and I'll be representing Post. I'll be representing Nefarious, and I'm looking forward to it. It's something brand new. I think this is, again, like Chris was saying, we at the table now, So
yes, sir.
So we just keep it pushing.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So big weekend for Jay Lacey. Not only co-hosting on Collision Course with Kate from Montreal Saturday night on Post, but then Sunday he gonna be in the building, y'all, for AEW, and we're excited to see Jay at the press conference, and also just him documenting his time there at the event. It's gonna be a good time. But Chris, where else can people find you, man? I know you out here, since you've given cars out to all your nephews and then taking them back. You making that Aston Martin money on Substack, brother. Where can they find you?
Oh yeah, so you could catch me. I'm gonna be writing articles all week. The next big article is gonna be on the Oscars this Sunday. I don't think I'm gonna be going to any Oscars red carpet. One, because I can't walk the red carpet like I normally want to. And
you can put the scooter on the carpet, cuz.
Right, yeah. We'll see about all that.
Get you one of the Professor Xavier chairs, cuz.
Yeah, but we could have
triple gold Dayton's on that.
Hey, man, if I apply for press for you or Ray to do the Oscars and you guys get approved, and y'all could walk the red carpet,
We can't let Ray on the red carpet, Chris. I'm sorry. There's too much calcium out there, brother.
Yeah.
We can't trust. Sorry, Ray. You are not to be trusted.
Hey, I understand. Don't let me near Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. I got some. I was gonna talk to you about this off air, Ray. But I think I've got a connect to you possibly covering some Wizards games for us. Whoa. Or some Commanders games for us. If you're interested in doing it this fall, but it's a process. I'm still talking. It's a long process, like it was with the with getting Jay in this thing, but yeah, I think I think we're close to getting that done.
Podcast with Ray and Trey Young.
Right, yeah. So
Ray and Trey show.
So just wait for that call from me, Ray, because it's happening soon.
Ray and AD out there.
Yeah.
Me and the brow. I like the Ray and Trey show. I like
Ray and Trey. You just sign off and you be like, "This has been the Ray and Trey show. Keep it cold, ladies and gentlemen." But yeah, shout out to Chris, man. Not only for what he does here on the air, but also behind the scenes with some of the press things. Big help here to everybody on the squad, man. And we excited. Like Chris said, man, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. So we're excited for what's to come. For me, you check me out on Twitter at @8 MOZAIK at Nate Mosaic on Twitter, Nate Mosaic 757 on the Blue Sky. Check out all of Nefarious' socials and follow them: TikTok, IG, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because we are still in the midst of the drive for 500 YouTube subscribers, which gets us halfway to monetization, and 500 Patreon followers. Hit up the Patreon. $3 gets you in the door, less than the cost of that new McDonald's Big Arch sandwich that Ray had last night in the dark, eating by himself, thinking nobody gonna see him because he's a backsliding vegan. Ray is like, why, brother? Must you reveal stuff that I told you in confidence? But no, I'm just joking, folks. Ray didn't eat the Big Mac. He actually had like the chicken selects and stuff, which is backsliding, but not as bad. Not as bad. All you killed was
the red meat, the white meat.
Yeah, all he did was kill some yard birds. Who's gonna miss him, Ray? Who's gonna miss him? But sign up for the Patreon. It'll allow us to do more things here at the network, including bringing on another producer, making some exclusive shows strictly for the Patreon, and then just kind of upgrading equipment and whatnot. So we're excited for everything. We're excited that y'all decided to join us for another edition of the Kings of Sport podcast here at the Nefarious Media Network. So for Jay, for Ray, for Doc, I am the Godfather, Nate Milton. Keep your head up, Lou Williams.
Mm.
Always a city when you're in town, brother. Because you've been down with the king.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna leave it all on the mat. Cause that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah!
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?